nei aku whakaaro e pāna ki tēnei taone Hanoi. Much like, what you get in Thailand and Cambodia. It's Southeast Asia, so there's lots in common. But one thing I'll say about this, now that I've been in Cambodia, Thailand, and now Vietnam, Thailand, the Thai people, especially merchants, business people, tuk-tuk drivers, taxi drivers, anyone selling anything, the Thais are far more blatantly like on the hustle. So, when you're in Thailand and you're wandering around a market or just anywhere, right, people are always, hitting you up to sell you something, which is fine, that's their hustle, and it's all good, and you can enter and to get some good deals and all sorts, it's cool. But Vietnam, on the other hand, is no one really hassles you at all. I mean, if you want to go in there and show an interest in whatever they're selling, then of course, but no one's hitting you up on the street. You don't feel that sense of having to fend people off, because even though I'm all good with it, it can get tiring at times, especially if you're a wee bit lost or a little bit stressed or, whatever, and then you've got every other person hitting you up. So that's completely absent here. I went through just the night market just now. It was really busy. Everyone's, selling everything. And I think one or two people very calmly and very civilly asked me if I wanted to, use their service or whatever. So it's a big difference. But I'll tell you another one, which is actually a negative. When I got here today, I was walking around and my eyes started weeping, and I thought, man, have I got an allergy or something in my eye? And then I actually just the penny dropped, and I realized the pollution is just getting, I just couldn't handle it. I got used to it after, half an hour or something. But I was literally rubbing my eyes, I had watery eyes, and it was just sort of a bit of a realization, because we see it on the news and that we see about, polluted big cities with, smog and not much visibility. And Hanoi is actually one of them. When I was driving in today from the airport, because the airport's about half an hour away, we were coming over this big bridge, and I realised the city was there, but you could barely see it, so I sort of could see it from inside the car. The weird thing is that when you get into the actual environment, because you can see relatively fine, you're not realising until you start breathing and gets in your eyes the actual level of pollution. So things like that, I mean, they're relatively minor. I mean, they're not minor for people who live here every day of their lives. I mean, they're breathing in that shit all day, every day. But, when you're a tourist, you're kind of lucky. But yeah, it's a great place. People are really friendly. You also don't feel like they're price gouging you. This is another comparison I can make now, I suppose, having been in Thailand and Cambodia. Cambodia was much the same. They're generally pretty honest and pretty straight up. Thailand, they're far more likely to see a walking bank machine basically come towards them, and they'll just instantly treble the price or whatever. That doesn't seem to happen here. They're pretty much straight up. Had a great day, ate really well. They call it Pho Hanoi in New Zealand, and probably in Australia and America they call it pho, because it's spelt PHO, but I've noticed pretty quickly they call it pho. And that's awesome. It's like their national dish or something. But you can get anything you want here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a great place. I mean, I'm only here I'm in Hanoi for just 24 hours, so I'm instead of trying to see everything, I'm really just exploring the old quarter and the French Quarter a bit more, and I'd rather see one small area well than try to see the whole city in, whatever little time I've got. So anyway, it's really cool so far. Loving the weather, because it's not stinking hot like I thought it might be. In fact, it's pretty mild, so hopefully that lasts, but I don't know. Anyway, signing out.